Hey everybody, John Hiley with DentTrainer.com coming to you today with an exclusive review on this Elim A Dent LED light. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in here and get to it. Whenever this came out of the package, the first thing that I noticed is that number one, I mean, it does not look like, no offense taken, but it does not look like a dent guy created this thing. I mean, this thing looks legit from a manufacturing of some sort of high-end light unit. I mean, it is very, very well built and definitely wider than a lot of lights that are out there. It's got a thin profile that actually you can spin with the internal cord design and continuously spin the head without a problem, which is cool because we all have lights, dent guys. I mean, I don't know how many cords I've mangled up or pulled out of place. So it is a relief to have a light that has, basically nailed down the internal cord design like this Elim A Dent LED. One of the other things that, which was really neat, I mean, is this spinal cord Lockline. You can definitely feel a much different tension in this Lockline. In my opinion, a lot of times, whatever we use or what we want to put on this for a normal Lockline is just usually too heavy. And in the past, we would put a garden hose on the inside of it. It's a little quick tip there, and that would stiffen up the Lockline. There were some other techniques that people were using. And James came through, the owner of Elim A Dent, James, and basically redesigned the Lockline, So hey, if it doesn't work for you, I guess you build something different and you build something better. And very impressed with that. I love that the tension on it, and it just feels great. Another thing, I actually got this in and clipped one of these dewalt batteries into it. And I'm sitting here looking like, how do I turn this on? This is not your traditional on and off switch that I have here. And what it actually is on the side, you have an on and off switch, you have a dimmer, and you can actually dim it and then you can brighten it from the other switch. So right now, as you can see, the light's off, and I'm gonna do this quickly because it's gonna blow out the camera. And now the light's on. So I actually had to turn one of these on, but right here from our switch, right there, off, and then right there's my switch, it's on. Other than it being kind of a complete package, and not to mention that he actually built the charger into, or not the charging station, but the receiver right here for the battery. The way that he actually built that, it recesses the wood suction cup here. So it's built into it now. Really, really cool, because that does bring it in tighter to the vehicle and seems like a very convenient and a good idea. Clipping this thing back on here, but to talk about the actual reflection, it's great. I mean, it's definitely a wide board, so it's going to give you a, let's just say, a longer and a deeper reflection pattern. It's going to give you more real estate on the vehicle to work with. And basically what that means is you can move your board less. And anytime you can basically cut out steps in between your dent repair, it's gonna make you faster. Ultimately, it's gonna make you more money. The least time you gotta get up and move your light back and forth because you can see deeper into the reflection. Again, it's gonna make you money. So definitely a time saver there. So one of the next things that I picked up here, and talk about deep, elongated reflections, this right here is the 18-inch design. And I would say this is probably one of the primary reasons that James had to develop this type of spinal cord Lockline. This thing is huge for a light that goes on, a mobile light that goes on the side of a car. I haven't had any problems with this thing falling out of place. I mean, you can see here, I'm actually holding it up just like this. If you were looking at a crease on the panel, and the weight of the head is not crunching down the Lockline. And I know that that's basically the primary, what's responsible for that is this newly designed Lockline. So really neat. The functions on this one are exactly the same as the functions on that one. or on the 12-inch one. So I'm not going to go into detail of both of them. But I got to say that both of these lights are really, really cool. They're definitely going to be a powerful part of my arsenal. Guys, I just want you to take a look at the difference in size here. I mean, you would think a 12 to an 18-inch would be a very, you know, obviously how many inches it is different, but when you're looking at it, I mean, look at this thing. It looks like it's double the size. I mean, really. And on the vehicle, it does cast, obviously, such a longer pattern. You know, to be honest with you, I'm a little bit of a fan of the smaller lights. I'm so into convenience, but I will tell you, I was working a large, nasty dent on a door with this one right here, and it just wasn't getting the dent from top to bottom. So I went ahead and switched out to this one, and it absolutely worked phenomenally. I didn't have to move it as much. So in short, my recommendation is probably both of them. So if you're gonna jump in, you're gonna make an investment, pick up both of them. You'll definitely be happy you did. And not to mention, with James and his customer service, you're never gonna have any problems. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Once again, everybody, this is John Hiley with denttrainer.com. Enjoyed having you along for this tool review. And if you would like to pick up a couple of these Elim A Dent lights, go to elimadenttools.com. Again, John Hiley with denttrainer.com. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.